Hey, this is Mark, and I've got yet another 6+ long screw damage. This one has damage to the two lower holes, and I don't know how bad it's going to be. It boots up with image sometimes and doesn't have image other times, so there's probably something going on in this side, and then who knows what's going on the other side. Sometimes this right side can cause no boot if one of the data lines gets pulled down or cut. But there's a bunch of other stuff over here too that can cause all kinds of systems to not work, but the phone will still boot. So just give it a look and see what there is to fix. You'd think after all this time that eventually this would stop happening. People would stop mixing up the screws. But you'd be wrong. You still see 5S long screw damage, and that's been going on for years now. Oh, man. All right. So we've got, I believe this one right here is an image line, but it doesn't look like it's broken, and doesn't really look like it's this via has lifted. Definitely have some lines over here I'm going to have to fix. Okay, so let's see which ones of these are broken. First, I'm going to test for which lines are ground, because I don't remember. All right, so those are both ground. I don't have to fix that, but I am going to have to fix these three here. So it looks like maybe that middle one there is ground, but it's not ground over here, which is strange. I'm gonna have to dig out my reference board to figure that out. And then we've got a little patch of ground that runs through here. All right, so where does this guy go? Okay, he is not broken. And then this one, not broken. So it looks like I need to figure out why this is ground, or if it's supposed to be that way. So I've got a board that I can refer to, I think. Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, so it looks like that one is just like a patch of ground, more ground over here. Not sure where that goes, but because this side isn't testing with continuity to ground, I'm going to put a jumper there. Not sure if that's really necessary or not, but might as well just do it. All right. So it looks like I just need to fix these three traces. Whew, that was almost bad. All right. And those guys are done. Now you can see what we're working with over on this side. That's really spongy. I don't like that. Don't like the looks of that at all. Okay. Let's see how bad this is. I always try my best to get rid of this delaminated material without damaging traces, but I'm not always successful. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm always very nervous about these guys over here because there's not a lot of room for error. If I damage these like I just did, it's very difficult to find more copper to connect to in this particular area. All right. I think this will be good enough to start testing some of these lines. I believe this flappy one here is ground. Let's see. Yeah, so I can go ahead and do away with that and just get it out of the way and not worry about it. All right, so that leaves, these two look okay. This one up here looks okay. This one definitely broken right there. That's the one that travels all around the edge there. This one looks okay. This one looks okay. I do still need to get some copper visible over on these guys. All right, so I'm gonna have to fix this one here, the next one above it that goes here, and test the other ones. Good there. Good there. That one's good. Let's see. Doesn't look like this one's broken either. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, Looks like just 3 to fix. I think these guys are going to be fine. Okay. Well, this should be easy enough. And for this, I think I'm going to switch over to my micro pencil. Feeling kind of quiet today. It's been a long night. Just ready to get this over with and get out of this chair. All right, then that means I just have these 2 very difficult ones left to do. Oh, yay. All right. I believe this one goes here. I hope it does anyways. It does now. Okay. Let's clean this up and see if I connected them to the right spots. No, that's the old half-hour sign. And time flies when you're sitting here at the microscope. And it probably drags when you're watching a YouTube video and nobody's talking and it's just a bunch of poking around a board. But oh well. All right, I think that looks good. I think what's going on over here is going to be okay. All right, let's give this a try. Now before I would get image sometimes, but I never got it to fully boot. And then sometimes image wouldn't come up at all. So let's see if we can get this thing to boot all the way up. I think it's looking good. It was shutting itself down by now. It would have already boot looped the way it was before. Come on. Oh, and touch works. Yay. I was really worried that this was going to have touch disease in addition to the long screw. But no. So, another one solved. All right. I guess I can go ahead and show the new thing everybody's using now. This UV curable solder mask. I've got it here in a syringe, and this is what I apply over my jumpers now. Just squeeze a little on. Easier said than done. And this stuff is great. Like this is the best stuff ever for covering up traces and jumpers. It cures through UV light, so just, you know, like a black light. I've got a little UV flashlight that I use for it. And it cures really, really hard. And so far, the things I've used on it, at once it's cured, don't seem to really break it down, which is good. That's what you want. So like flux doesn't really break it down well. Alcohol doesn't break it down well. Acetone probably does the best job of anything I've put on it yet, but even then it doesn't dissolve it quickly. And then the big thing is heat. It holds up really well to heat as well. So, you know, there's times where you'll work an area and, you know, finish part of what you're doing and have to secure a jumper, or doing, you know, a jumper under a BGA chip, and you want it to hold up to the heat when you have to go back in and use hot air or whatever. And most of the stuff, everything I've been using up to now, doesn't really hold up to the hot air very well. But this stuff still stays, it gets a little bit softer under the hot air, but it stays pretty hard. So yeah, this is definitely good stuff. Anybody that's doing board repair and running jumpers should definitely have some of this green UV curable solder mask. So yep, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.